Okay, Saturday, 7th of December, 2024. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Psychology Saturday. Understand yourself and others. The bystander effect. The bystander fallacy. Bystander effect. This is an interesting, almost a bit of a pernicious cognitive bias to be aware of, where something happens in public. The more people there are, the less likely someone is to help, the less likely someone is to intervene. Because everyone is instinctively thinking, somebody else will help, somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. So if something happens and there's one person here, as opposed to 10, then that one person may help. So a couple of years ago I had an interesting issue with a car. And I was going into this little car park here, and I tried to reverse and an issue. I knew I was going to have an issue anyway. And in front of me was two people having drinks, whatever. No one else nearby. In the distance, 10, 20 metres, something like that, negligible. And I thought instinctively, if these two people, as eyewitnesses, see me having this problem right in front of them, 5 metres in front of them, I thought, they will probably and more than likely help me. Bystander effect. There were only two people there, and they knew each other. And I thought, if they see it, they'll probably intervene. And they did. The problem happened, and again, this is years ago, 2018, I guess, 17, something like that. And something happened, and the car stalled, and they intervened, they helped. I knew that was going to happen. I was quite confident it was going to happen, because I understood the bystander effect. And also, this kind of goes into that video I did a few ages ago about becoming the demon, because I understood so much about world and reality and psychology, I could predict the future. If they see me, they're probably going to help, all things being equal. Now, the polar opposite to that is when there's loads of people, no one intervenes. Somebody else will do it. Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. And that's quite telling, because when you look at society as a whole, something happens in general, whether publicly or not, or publicly or in private, broadcast and talked about or not. People would then tend to think they'd be willing to help in their heart of heart, for example. They'd want to, but they have some excuse. Or the other people nearby, other people in society, somebody else will do it. Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Someone will do something. Someone. That. And then you could say, well, it's one thing to be aware of it, like with the two people here in the car years ago. That's fine. But then, would you be a victim of it? Would you be a victim? Would you be a victor with this thing? How could you use it to advantage, or at least be aware of it? That's an interesting question. I suspect that if you're in a society, in a group of people that you know, like and trust, them, and they know, like and trust you, they'll be more willing to intervene. It's that level of rapport, that social cohesion. But with strangers, you'd have to assume that they're less willing to intervene. Less willing. Of course, something happens here and there, but that's the idea. Less willing. The more people there are, the less willing they intervene. Less willing they are to intervene. And that can be extrapolated into business, into life, into society, into culture, you name it. Anywhere and everywhere, in any part of the world. The more people there are, as a rule of thumb, the less likely someone is to intervene. That's powerful. But the more people there are, less likely. The fewer people there are, more likely. Powerful stuff. Bystander effect. It's one of those little interesting tidbits of life that are worth knowing about and being aware of. The bystander effect, being aware of it. Powerful stuff. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.